So this is obviously still part of the introduction because I am still getting used to everything over here, as you can see. So this one is going to be quite chilled. It's going to be brief questions which I'm going to answer. And then over time, there's going to be more subjects of which we're going to talk about, more collaborations, more inspirational people that we're going to have on. So Alex being the creative director of which he is over there, no doubt he's going to be putting some crazy introductions and all them kind of things because that's his forte and he loves to be creative, so let him be. Okay.
Let him be.
Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Yes, we're all ready. I'm wearing the pink socks today, by the way. Okay, fire away.
Are we ready, sweetie?
Yeah.
Okay, right. First one. So, what I'd like to know, and certainly the people would like to know, is why are you called Cleo?
Well, the answer to that is, I know people find that to be some like it and some are obviously going to think it's typical cheesy spirituality where somebody has this a delusional, inflated sense of self where they are Cleopatra, you know, one of the main icons, should we say, of her time. But it was a little bit more than that for me on 2 levels. So when I was firstly introduced to my first guide of which introduced herself to me, and actually it was one of the very first times where I had my out-of-body experience where I did briefly leave my body. I did briefly have what you could consider to be an out-of-body experience, and Cleopatra was very much there. Are you focusing over there or reading through my...
No, I was reading the instructions.
Stick to the script, okay? Thank you.
Sorry, it's my ADHD.
Yeah, stick to the script, okay? Otherwise I'll be removing the book off you.
I was reading the instructions to the book. How to maintain your life for the next 5 years.
Okay, well, yeah. So anyway, sorry about that interruption. So anyway, so there was 2 reasons of why Cleopatra was very important to me. One with her being my guide, and she was one of my guides that became more prominent over the years of her being part of my practices, part of visuals, part of dreams. She introduced me to parts of her experience, of her time when she was here on this earth. But I found the more there was expansion within my own spiritual growth, which is a part of me, let me just say. It isn't my whole life. My whole life is being a mother, being a good friend, loving to cook, helping others, being of service. It isn't just spirituality, although we're all spiritual beings, all doing our best here while we are here. But many people that have come across me, that have come to me for... What was that? You absolute knob. Anyway, I'm back. So the reason why people called me Cleo was really because when they met me in person and they really connected to my energy, and I did my different type of healing therapies on them, which is a combination of many different therapies of which I do. They gave me that name. And it's not just one, it's been many over time. Many people over time that have met me have ended up calling me Cleo. And some of my most closest friends of a spiritual nature that have been on their spiritual journeys, whether that's been Christians, Catholics, whether that's been enlightened monks, whether that's been any type of practice really, shamans, clairvoyants, it really doesn't matter what religion. they all really do say the same thing. Most of them do say the same thing. Like I say, I resonate with people of many different practices. So that name was literally something that stuck, and the fact that I do have a real love for the ancient world and a very deep connection to the ancient world. However, I'd like to add, it isn't a delusional aspect of where I feel I was Cleopatra in my past life. There definitely could be something there, definitely, but that is not something that I initially claim to be the case. Would you like to ask the next question?
Certainly, sweetheart.
Okie dokie.
Well, that was very good. Thank you for that. Right. Next one. So, what was your religion as a child growing up?
Why do you make me laugh as soon as you speak?
It's my beautiful face.
So I was brought up a Catholic girl. I was brought up a Catholic girl, okay? A Catholic girlie, and I attended Catholic school. I attended Catholic masses and church, and that was our life really. I mean, on my mother's side of the family, her father actually is from Ireland, and their family are very strong Catholics. And I can remember occasionally when they did actually come over for anything and we would all go to church together. My gosh, not only would they speak incredibly fast, but they were very strong Catholics. So that was my childhood really, going to Catholic school. Even when my children were little, I made sure that they also attended a Catholic school, because I felt that would be beneficial to them and their education, just to give them a foundation of what I was brought up, even though their father is from a Muslim background. So I do definitely have the Catholic core values in many respects, and I do also feel, as I've gone through my spiritual journey of learning so many different things and activating so many different things within myself, it is definitely the way that I tend to be gravitating back to Catholic, the Catholic religion, more so than anything, although I'm not a religious person. There's many aspects that really shoved in my face there.
Sorry, just making a few adjustments. Don't mind me.
So yeah, that is it is just definitely the foundation of who I am, to be Catholic, being a Catholic girl. I will be quite honest though, maths bored the life out of me when I was a child. Do you want to give me the mic?
Right now, 2 seconds, mother. Hang on. There you go, sweetheart.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Thank
Now
you.
the people can hear you a bit better.
Well, thank you.
How's that?
I really appreciate that.
Can you just give me a quick testing?
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
That's lovely.
So yeah, that was the foundations of my life. It was a Catholic girl, and I will say I found maths extremely boring. I found church bearable, I guess. And I found there to be so many hypocrites within the church environment that I couldn't commit myself to just being a Catholic girl. So I hope that answers your question.
That was brilliant. Right. Let's move on to the next question. How difficult was it to maintain a normal life becoming so spiritual?
Well, it is part of who I am.
Okay.
So it was never a case of maintaining anything as such. So if you don't know any different and it's who you are, it's who you are. I think what I did realise over time, because there are so many aspects of self which I believe that many can relate to within life. There's parts of ourselves we are afraid to show when we are young, because we feel we will get judged, We feel that people will dislike us.
Absolutely.
We feel that people are going to be like, oh no, she's a liar, she's full of shit, she's this, that and the other. So there were many elements of who I am that I kind of hid. But those closest to me, my sister Sarah, who was such a big part of experiencing, well, being aware of my experiences of what I went through as a child, my mum, and those are closest to me that I knew was a safe space to talk to. My best friend, Heather, she also is very similar in ways, so we definitely, you know, when we first started delving into getting our first cards, when, say, for example, I was a teenager, and all that kind of stuff, it really was, it was almost like a part that you put to one side because it was such frowned upon. Within religion, it's frowned upon. So many people is like, oh, that's of the devil, that these things are of Satan. And until I actually grew and made my own realizations, interpretations, and grew my own wisdom, I became very aware of what that meant.
And this is a lot what they do with the fear tactic, isn't it? But, you know,
Exactly.
by, you know, using it as a weapon to keep people in a low state of consciousness.
Absolutely. Absolutely
So
that.
you basically answered the next question, what the people wanted to know, which is, were you afraid?
As a child, yes, I was. I was afraid. I was afraid of how I would be perceived by others, and I was afraid of what I was experiencing. So there was very intense experiences of what I was experiencing as a child, and I thought that I was under attack by every time we moved house to a new house. I thought the experiences were going to stop. I thought I was not going to experience this anymore. It was all going to end, and it didn't. There'd be visitations of my great-grandfather that passed away before I was born. There was visitations of Edwardian spirits and all kinds of things, many experiences. That was scary because I didn't understand why. The dreams of where I was being held down and under a demonic attack, they were very intense at a young age. However, when I realised that having faith, in a sense of being able to, if I want to say a prayer, if I want to say something positive to really raise that vibration, that actually everything I was experiencing that was of fear could be completely eradicated. And I think the biggest fear that you have to overcome in life is what other people think. That is the biggest fear. It's not the dead.
Absolutely.
It's not the energies that are around us that we can't see. It's the people that you could consider friendships, some people that you could consider family, some people that you could consider people that you've known all your life, that will backstab you, that will call you names, that will gossip about you. You will never hear it from them directly, but you're aware of what's going on. You're aware of things that are being said, because and the, you know, the amount of people that, because they don't understand and they've got ignorance to it, will literally, they won't even support, sometimes they won't even support your stuff when you know you've watched it, they've watched it, not that I need them to, or it brings a level of, like, they feel that they're more superior to what you are because they don't want to validate anything to do with who you are because they don't understand it. So you have to reach a point in your own life where you validate yourself. You know who you are. You don't care what anybody else thinks because you are fully aware of who you are. You no longer have to fear that. And as you do not fear that, then that helps you grow, elevate, and learn more so about yourself. And I feel like now I'm at the point in my life where I'm not afraid to share, not afraid to be. This is who I am. If people don't like me, F you.
Good old Plato.
Really?
The art of not giving an F.
Yes!
Plato.
Yeah, you're a clever bastard, you are, aren't you? You are.
I'm just me.
Yes, humble one.
I'm just me, baby.
Humble one. So, the random applause.
Sorry about that, they just can't help themselves.
Oh, brilliant.
No, I've told you, can you be quiet please, guys? Sorry about that.
any more questions, or should we leave it at that for now?
To be honest with you, that's what they're asking at the moment, so until any more come in,
What they're asking.
that's what they wanted to know.
Do not be afraid to leave your questions at the bottom, and if there are any questions you want to ask directly to me over time, then I'm willing to answer. Obviously you're too far away for me to read any comments if you do actually come onto any of my lives right now. I am still working on setting up the equipment so it's as it should be and having more of a professional setup.
It's coming over the next couple of weeks.
But it is coming, and there's going to be collaborations that will take place. If you have an interesting story, if there's something that you wanted to discuss, I'm not just all about me, I want to hear about you, okay? So please reach out if that's the case, and yeah, there's more to come.
Brilliant.
Have a wonderful day. Hilarious. Bye. How do I turn this?
Bye. See everyone.
How do I turn this off? Why am I not?
Oh babe, the crowd are going wild.
So there's a weird buzzing sound that someone can hear. Thank you for letting me know. I really appreciate that. And thank you all for whoever is here. I really don't know how to turn this off, so let me just master this art of... Okay, you can really stop that right now. Are you sure you want to stop doing it?